Chapter 6, attendance. In this chapter, we're going to talk about first the attendance form. Okay, the attendance form is divided into 4 parts, namely daily attendance, overtime, paid time off, and income summary. Right? So this is the attendance form. It has 4 parts, as you can see here. 4 parts. The first part is daily attendance. This is where you record your day in, where you sign in when you come and sign out when you leave. Okay, this is the daily attendance register. And this is the overtime table. This is the second part. This is the overtime table where you record your overtime. And this is the paid time off. We will discuss about what paid time off is, like your public holidays, your sick leave, and annual leave. Okay, and this is like income summary. This is where you record all your income for that particular month, right? On top of the attendance form, you should fill your name, position, and all these things. This is talking about here. The attendance form, you fill your name, your position, your employee code, and month. For example, my name, if this is my form, remember the attendance form also is a self-assessment form. You have to fill it by yourself. Okay, you remember in school where the teacher will be sitting down at his or her desk and will be calling our names, Modu, and you present, absent. But here you are the one who is going to fill it your form. I think in most organizations when you go, you just sign in and sign out. And now with the help of technology, most companies also they have like a thumb where you sign in with an electronic system. Hopefully at Jollof events we will adopt that, but for now we are using the manual system where when you walk into work, you sign in, and when you are leaving, you sign out to indicate your presence or absence. All right. Like the attendance form, it's usually provided to every staff. Every staff will have a new attendance form each month. All right. So you fill in your name. Let's say my name is Mukhtar Jallo. My name is Mukhtar Jallo, and my position is CEO, and my employee code. And each employee is normally given an employee code. All right. So my code is 2022 07001. This is my employee code. And the month, remember, only the month is what you should fill here. Let's say we are talking about July, right? July, all right? The year is already here and the month is already here as well. Now this is the attendance form for July. Let's go back to the handbook. All right, so this is it. This is it. This is an example of the attendance form. So daily attendance. This is the first part of this is the first page. You know, the attendance form is like it's like here. Okay, this is the attendance form. All right. So the first part here is the daily attendance, and when you turn behind, you are going to see the other parts, which are the overtime, income summary, and others as well. All right. So this is the daily attendance. You know, every month has not more than 31 days. Okay. Let's say some months have 30. So the day is here. Let me talk about the headings first. Day is where is the day of that you are talking about. Like let's say if today is on the 7th of July. All right. Everything I'm doing for on the 7th of July, it has to be in this row. All right. So opening time. Opening time means the time at which you come to work. Late means like you came late, you have to sign on the late. Closing time, like you close time, you leave work on time. All right. Early means you left early. Comment. This is where you talk about the reason why you are absent or why you are late or why you left early. So normally if you come on time and if you leave and if you close on time, that means that you don't need to make any comment. But apart from that, you need to make comment in everything. All right. So the day is already pre-filled. You don't need to fill the date. When it comes to date in the attendance form, the only thing you should fill is the month. Everything is pre-filled. Like the 2025 is pre-filled. So if it's like on the 5th, for example, you don't need to put 5th. It's already pre-filled here in the form, right? So that is the date. The opening time. The official opening time at Jollof events is 8 a.m. For most staff, it's 8 a.m. That means that and there is room for people to arrive at work. So until 8:15 a.m. Okay, if you arrive after 8:15 a.m., that means that you are late. But if you arrive at 6, 7, all the way to 8:15, that means that you have arrived on time. And let's say if it was me, I will like okay. So after I will tell you how it is done. All right. Late. If you arrive at work after 8:15, which is like 8:16 all the way to 9, or anytime you arrive late, you sign in here. All right. And closing time means the official closing time at Jollof event is 4 p.m. 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay. And on Sundays it's 3 p.m. That is the official closing time. All right. So leaving early means you left before the closing time. Like let's say you left at like 2 or 3, all right? And comments that I talk about. Like for example, if today is Monday, 7th July, all right? Let's say all these things I filled them, but I'm talking about the actual date today that I am recording this video. All right. So if I come on time, I will sign in here. Tarap, okay. And let's say I left at 4 p.m. I will sign here and I'm good to go. All right. Let's say somehow tomorrow I arrive late. For example, I arrive at 8:20. So I will sign in here. And when I sign in, I will have to give the reason why I was late. First of all, I will mention the time which I came. All right. I came at 8:20. 8:20. All right. Put dot or comma or whatever, then put here what is the reason why you are late. Probably I put there traffic. This is the reason. All right. Then I left on normal closing time for I sign up. Okay. Let's say on the 9 also I came on time and I left on time. This is not my signature actually because I'm struggling to sign with this software. Right. I came on time and I left on time. Nothing to say. All right. Let's say on the 10 I came on time. All right. But I left early. So I should actually probably I left at let's say 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Okay. So why was I late? Why did I leave early? Probably I will say I was sick. So you see how you deal with the daily attendance. Okay. We will be recording other stuff here like public holidays and other stuff here, but okay, this is the attendance, this is the daily attendance part. Okay, so the thing I was explaining about is here, and now we move on to the overtime. This is the second overtime here at Jollof events. It refers to work done in addition to your normal working hours. At Jollof events, I think the normal working hours is 8 hours a day. So if you work after that, like if you work probably let's say the closing time is 4 and then you work all the way to 5, that means that the 1 hour you have there is an overtime. And at Jollof events we pay $100 for each hour you work overtime. Okay, and this may change. Okay, right now it's $100, but I am thinking to change it to probably 125 or 150 because of the tax system in the Gambia here. Because normally if we pay you $100, for example, we need to remove their 25 to give it to GRA as your tax if your tax bracket is high enough. So this is something I am debating right now, and I might add it so that when you are paid $100, you receive your $100. There is no deductions there. All right. So there are the following headings here, just like the attendance form also, like you have the overtime here. This is the overtime table. The overtime table. Here, the day is not pre-filled because people have different overtime dates, and for space reason, lack of space, I cannot like put it all the way to like how long the daily attendance is. All right, and so the day here is the day of the overtime. Don't write the entire date like 12th of July, or just write the day one, or is it on the 4th? Because remember, the year and the month is already here. The year and the month is already here. So it's only the day, just like here. If you want, sir, uh don't put like the 12th, like if it's on the 7th today, I'm doing overtime on the 7th. I can just put here 7. No need to even put th. But if you want to like do the th, it's also fine as well. All right. So the project details, these are, I think I have to come here and explain this further. Okay, day, remember, day of the month, when the overtime happens, or when you receive an overtime payment. Okay, the overtime day and the payday. Okay, sometimes it's the payday. Okay, sometimes you are paid the overtime. Like overtime is probably the only payment you receive, which in any time you can come and say, give me my overtime money, and I can give you overtime money. It's not like your salary. Most people are fond of like, please, can you give me $1,000 from my salary? I remove it from my salary at the end of the month. At Job Events, we don't do that. We don't do that. Okay, it's only overtime. Overtime, you can come at any day and collect overtime. Pam pam, give me overtime. Okay, so when you are paid overtime as well, you record it here, like you are paid overtime and this thing. Okay. Okay. So for example, if the overtime, if you are paid today, 7th of July, you put your 7, you put your payment, and so on. I'll tell you how it is done. All right. So, or if you record overtime, you record it in one row, and payment you record it in another row, unless if they fall on the same date. I will explain further about that as well. All right, so this is explaining the headings of the overtime form. Okay, the project details. Project details is where you record the details of the project or activity. For example, the name of the items delivered, or the type of work done. Okay, or payment. All right. Project location. This is where the event or the project occurs. Where did you do the overtime? Where did you do the over? Remember, project details. What did you do? Project location, where did you do it? Okay. Indicate a plus sign if it is at more than one place. Sometimes your overtime can cover different places, let's say Kololi, Manjai, and others. So just put the first place and put plus sign to indicate it was more than one place. So you normally put plus sign at Jollo events to indicate that it is plus other things. Like if it's for collaborators as well, like, okay, collaborators as well. Who are you? Who were you with? Okay, who were you with for your overtime? This is like evidence, witness, because you can just claim overtime, and the company sometimes needs some evidence. Okay, who were you with? And if you were with more than one person, just put the first person, probably your favorite person, and put the applause, means which other people. Okay, indicate a plus sign if it's involved. The collaborator or witness must sign against their name as well, right? I will give an example, don't worry. Total hours, like here, total hours. This is total number of hours you spend for the overtime. Okay, all overtime must be approximated to the nearest hour as well. For example, like you don't say my overtime is 1 hour 15 minutes, or my overtime is 33 minutes. No, only use to the closest hour. If it's like if you work for, let's say, 30 minutes, let's say 27 minutes, probably that's not worth overtime. You will like less than 30 minutes, like you extended work for that is insignificant. Like you should not even record that as overtime. But if it's like 33 minutes, 34 minutes, just put there 1 hour. Or if it's 1 hour 30 something minutes, just put there 2 hours. But if it's 1 hour 10 minutes, just put there 1 hour. So it is to the nearest hour. Okay, and please don't waste time such that you increase your overtime hours. Okay, amount due. All right, the amount to be paid for a specific over. What is the amount due? It's like the number of hours times 100. Okay, times 100. If you work for like 2 hours, it's 2 hours times 100. As I told you, I'm planning to increase the overtime amount so that the taxes will not affect us. Amount paid. This is the amount you are paid. Remember, I told you that overtime you can come and ask for your overtime money anytime. Okay, so if you are paid overtime, you can come and record it, and you will be given your money as well. But you have to fill the overtime form and show it to to your supervisor or the person paying you so that they can pay you and then sign. Okay. The total overtime payments received at the end of the month will be recorded to the bottom of, like, the same thing here. You see the total amount owed to you for overtime and the total amount already paid to you. This you will be transferring into income summary later. Remember, all these things you are supposed to be filling it yourself. The companies will not be filling these things for you. All right. So we have what again? What again? Um, Amount paid. All right, we talk about amount paid. You can collect your overtime payment anytime during the month and are not required to indicate a specific project. All right, you're not supposed to say even like because of the overtime I did at Bundung. No, if you want overtime payment, just say pay me my overtime owed to me. Like, you don't even need to mention, like, don't say it, write it. You don't have to write feel here. Like, I will tell you how it is done in a moment. So overtime shall be based on reasonable frame time. Reasonable time frame. Okay, it should be based on a reasonable time frame. Okay, overtime shall be based on a reasonable time frame of the work. Okay, and some travel time as well. Okay, so overtime, like, should be reasonable. You cannot just go like to deliver one, let's say, chair at kind of thing, and then say you spend there 3 hours. Okay, the company will assess and see if it's absolutely reasonable or not. Okay, and some travel time. Remember, if it's like, let's say you live at Manjai and your overtime is a Brikama, all right, and your overtime ended there at, let's say, 6 p.m. All right. So normally you should be ending your overtime, but because it's a Brikama is far, you might add there like extra 30 minutes or 1 hour to indicate, like, but if it's like it's not far, then it is as if like you left work at 4, and you don't need to, like, because if you leave work at 4 on a normal closing time, and then you cannot say I spent overtime before I reach home, it was at 5, so I will charge that as overtime, because you will have say I'm supposed to reach home at 4, because like all that stuff. But just know that if you spend too much time traveling for the overtime area, then you need to add travel time there. But if it's not long enough, okay, you should not add travel time to the overtime. Okay. On time, oh sorry, overtime must also be relevant work, usually upon the request of a supervisor. Just don't say because I'm broke today I'm going to work until 5 o'clock. So that I can have, no, that work has to be relevant, such that if it's not done that day, it cannot, like, if there is an event, you are not going to say that I'm going to wait until tomorrow. You have to do that event that day, right? So that one is you have to do overtime. It's necessary for the company to do that. But if, let's say, a work that you can wait until tomorrow to finish it, why do you need to have to do overtime for that? So if you do certain overtime such as those ones, that will not be permitted by the company. Okay. When the road, sometimes, during the busy weeks like December and stuff, when we are very, very busy, we normally have a lot of overtime. So when you have a lot of overtime and you feel all these things, okay, you can request another form, okay, just like this one, and don't feel everything like here, and just feel here the addenda, and use a clip and attach it together and record the total stuff here. All right, this is what this thing. When the rows in the overtime table have been exhausted, simply attach a new attendance form and fill only the overtime section. All right. So let's get practical here as well. Okay. Let's say today on the 7th. Okay. I put there on the 7th. Let me just add the TH. All right. What did I do on the 7th? Probably I did henna time. I went to a henna time decor. Henna time. What I did. Okay. Location. All right. Bundung. All right. I did it at Bundung. All right. I was with who? Let's say I was with Siaka Kamara. I put the full name. All right. Normally I should put the employee in the code, but due to limited space, just put the full name there. All right. And I was with Siaka. and Modu and others. So we don't have enough space for all those things. I'll just put Siaka plus. All right. If it's only Siaka, I just leave it like that and put only Siaka there. All right. So we spend there. Remember, we went there probably at 3, like, but we are supposed to close at 4. So we start counting from 4. Okay. And then we left probably at 6. All right. So we say 4. We say 4, 5. So 2 hours, because from 4 to 5 is 1 hour. From 5 to 6 is another hour. So we say 2 hours. Okay, how much are we supposed to be paid? Currently it's $100. Remember, I told you this might change. All right, let's say the amount is $100. It's 100. Don't put there D100 and stuff, because we all know what amount it. Okay, so sorry. So the amount is supposed to be 200. Sorry, 2 times 100. Remember, amount due. How do you calculate amount due? Amount due is equals to total number of hours times the pay rate. The pay rate is $100. So this is supposed to be 200. So 200 is owed to me by the company. I might take it today, I might take it tomorrow, I might leave until the end of the month. So it's my choice. You see how it's done? The day, what did I do? Where did I do it? With whom? How many hours did I spend? Amount due means how much the company owes me. And if I wait until tomorrow to collect the payment, I can just put there like I sent J on the 8th. On the 8th. On the 8th, I put their payment. I put there like, so when payment, you don't need to fill everything, all the headings, like all the payment project. I don't need to put project. I can put their project, but I don't need to. Okay. Collaborators or witness during the payment. Who paid me? Who paid me? Let's say I might say Jenaba Cisse paid me. Jenaba Cisse paid me. All right. So I'll put here. No need to total hours and stuff. How much did he pay? How much did she pay me? Probably I say give me $100 from my overtime. Maybe I wanted to buy breakfast or whatever. So I say give me this thing. Okay. And before taking this form for my payment, I will have to like sign here. Okay. I will sign here. Okay. I will sign here. And when I take it to Geneva, normally the supervisors, they use red pen to interact with your form. So okay, so Geneva will sign here. Geneva will sign. So and then Geneva will give you your $100. Okay. Remember also here as well. Also, Siaka should sign to indicate that yes, indeed I was with Mukhtar. Siaka should sign here. Okay. And also, if you are with someone, sometimes you are going there with people who are not members of the company. You might go there with laborers. So those laborers also, if they cannot sign always to your form. Okay. So what do you do? Let's say on the 13th, I also did an overtime on the 13th. Okay, what did I do? It was probably on the 13th was my weekend, but I came to work because the company wanted me to help wash the carpets and stuff. So what did I do? I do carpet cleaning, carpet cleaning, cleaning. Okay, carpet cleaning. Okay, where? At Jollof, at Jollof. Okay, Jollof. Remember, location, project location means Jollof. I did it at Jollof. Okay, I was with a laborer called Baifal. Baifal. Okay, probably I was only Baifal came and helped me wash the carpets. All right. So here, Baifal is always not at the company to sign for you or do things. So what do? Is you write Baifal and then you put by file phone number, let's say 7534836, like, okay, and then this by file phone number. Make sure you put at least one phone number, probably if in case, because sometimes the company will verify to know if it is true and they will call that laborer as well. And you don't want to be in a position wherein we will call that laborer and then the phone is off or whatever. That means that we could not verify it. Okay, so how many hours? Probably spend 5 hours to wash a lot of. I spend 5 hours to wash a lot of carpets. All right. So how much is it? 500. 500. All right. So that's it. So you see, I put the laborer's number here because that person is not a member of Jollof. I was with somebody else who is a laborer. Okay, so I think I've exhausted all this explanation about the overtime. Okay, what did you do? Sorry, this is the day of the overtime. What did you do? Where did you do it? Collaborator, with whom did you do it? Total hours, amount due, amount paid. All right. So when you record payment, also record it here, and this is the side where you record all the amounts paid to you and you sign.